Hi, welcome to In the Air. I'm Nate. Today we're in LaGuardia and headed to DFW on Delta's inaugural A220 flight. I've been looking forward to this flight for a while, so I sure hope you enjoy the video. Upon arriving in LaGuardia, you can't help but notice all the construction. LaGuardia is undergoing a massive facelift in which the new airport is expected to span 2.7 million square feet and have 6 new concourses and 72 new gates. It was a busy morning at LaGuardia. As we arrived at Terminal C, Delta welcomes us with an impressive declaration that they are New York's #1 airline. Delta invested $100 million to renovate both Terminal C and D and operates 32 gates. In 2018, just over 12 million passengers flew with Delta at LaGuardia, which was 40% of the total passengers. It was a cold morning, but we were way too excited to pay attention to that. After all, we were getting to fly on Delta's brand new plane. Delta had a special check-in point at the check-in counter. Pretty cool. Although an older airport, I found the bar in the middle of Terminal C an interesting idea. Have a drink right next to your gate so you don't miss any potential announcements. However, the seating at the gates themselves was rather limited. We had arrived at the gate and boarding had begun. It was interesting to try and figure out which passengers were even aware that this was the inaugural flight for Delta's A220. Delta had an awesome spread of pastries and other goodies, as well as cold brew coffee and hot coffee catered by Balthazar. We grabbed a coffee and some oatmeal. Why not? It's not every day that you get yummy treats before a flight like this. And there she is, the beautiful A220. Time for boarding. I've been waiting for this moment for months, so let's get going. Being some of the last on board, boarding did take some time. Not to worry though, we had plenty of time before pushback. This plane definitely had that new plane smell. I could smell the new leather right away. My immediate thoughts were that the aisle felt wider and that the design of the overhead bins really helped everything feel open and spacious. Speaking of the overhead bins, they are impressive. They are large and sleek. Having overhead bin space should not be a problem for the A220. We arrived at our seats, and for an economy seat, you could really feel the size difference right away. The overhead controls were simple to use and were easy to reach. What a nice touch. Delta gave us each a welcome aboard card, which congratulated us for joining the first Flyers Club. The pin was so cool. This is an awesome souvenir that I'll hold on to forever. Gotta review the safety card. Our captain gave us a special announcement and welcome.
This is sort of crazy. You stumbled into our inaugural day of flying the A220. This airplane is quite the airplane for Delta Airlines. We're the first customer in the United States, actually in North America, South America, only the third airline to put this into service. This particular airplane was put together on December 31st. And for those of you a little bit nervous about being on an airplane for the first time, we've been flying these airplanes for the last couple months for about 1,000 hours waiting for today. And the FAA's been with us, so we're very excited. It's a great airplane. It's a unique airplane. Although it only holds 109 passengers, this airplane could take off from LaGuardia, go non-stop to the West Coast if we wanted to. And then from the West Coast, we could go non-stop to Hawaii if we wanted to. So very interesting capabilities for Delta Airlines on this airplane. I hope you find it comfortable. It's got the widest seats of any airplane we own. It's got the biggest windows of any airplane we own. As a matter of fact, one of the lavatories has a window. I'll let you figure out which one it is. It's not the one up in the front. Head to the back and you'll find a pretty unique situation back there. We'll try to get the seatbelt sign off today. It's a little bit challenging with the weather, but please feel free to get up, look around the galleys, see where the flight attendants work, getting used to this airplane, and we look forward to your feedback. When you get the survey prompts, please let us know what you think of the airplane. Got a great staff flight attendants back here to serve you today. I wish we could invite you all to come up to the cockpit and watch us fly, but the FAA and Delta's our friends about that. So I hope you got some pictures before the flight. We'll have an opportunity maybe after we land before we turn the keys over to another crew. But, a real special welcome aboard from everybody here at Delta.
Let's take a look at the food and drink choices. Everything looks reasonably priced for a domestic flight. Today we chose the honey maple turkey breakfast sandwich, which you will see in just a moment. There are plenty of delicious looking options regardless of the flight time. If I'm on a later flight next time, I'm going to try that Sweetwater beer. They are from Atlanta. Excellent choice, seeing as Atlanta is Delta's hub. This sandwich really was delicious. The croissant was tasty and the apple was a refreshing touch. I heard from some fellow passengers the Wi-Fi was intermittent throughout the flight, but I didn't have that issue. I decided to use the free messaging service, as I didn't really need to pay for it when I can message my friends and family for free. I love that Delta has those free messaging options. Delta's in-flight entertainment options were pretty impressive. Let's take a look. The selection of movies was pretty vast. Certainly no shortage of movies to watch. If there's a TV series you're currently watching, you may just be able to get caught up with all the choices we had. And if listening to music is your thing on a flight, you can search music by genre as well. There were a couple of quirks with the screens though. It wasn't afternoon, it was 7 a.m. Also, each screen required a software download. I'm sure this was a first flight glitch only. The flight tracking options were awesome. There are plenty of menu choices to see all kinds of information regarding the flight. You can check the speed, altitude, distance remaining in the flight, the outside temperature, etc. The window seat view is a new feature I've never seen before. You can see what is on each side of the plane, so when you look outside, you can tell what you're looking at. Pretty cool. Delta provides airport terminal maps, so if you're connecting at a particular airport, you can do a little research ahead of time. Smart. You can also view the food and drink choices. There are plenty of games to choose from as well. I'm sure this would be fun when traveling with children. What a beautiful view from, wait, what? This is the bathroom. Just as the captain said, isn't it beautiful? I wonder why the restroom on the other side doesn't have a window too. If you know, please let me know in the comment section below. The sink in the special bathroom got clogged during the flight, so it wasn't able to be used for the second half of the flight. But as you can see, this restroom is plenty spacious. These really do feel larger than the restrooms in both the A320 and 737 series aircraft. Let's get back to our seats and enjoy the amazing views out of this beautiful aircraft. Oh, hi there. All in all, this is an amazing flight I'll never forget. I've been waiting to fly on the A220 for quite a while, and the fact that this is my first video on this channel is incredible. The A220 really is amazing and could become quite the game changer for airlines in America. I can't wait to see what the future looks like for this aircraft. The service in today's flight was very good, however I never did get my coffee, but there was a lot going on and the flight attendants handled everything professionally, and I hope that they were able to enjoy the inaugural flight too. The food was delicious and the in-flight entertainment has plenty to keep you occupied. The only negative, if you want to call it that, and it's really a pretty nitpicky one because honestly I had to be in order to find any fault on this flight, is that Delta only has outlets in between seats. This means if you're flying on the side with 2 seats, you have to share power outlets with the person next to you, and if you're on the side with 3 seats, you have to share 2 outlets between the 3 of you. However, there is a USB port on each screen, so your phone can easily be charged that way. This flight was a part of a round-trip ticket from DFW to LaGuardia. It cost $325, however, it was only booked 5 days in advance. Waiting for confirmation that we had the right day due to the government shutdown made the cost go up a touch. If I look today at the same flight 2 months from now, it costs only $175 round trip. While it is nice to upgrade to the Comfort Plus option sometimes, this A220 does not require it. Our seats in economy were more than sufficient for this 4-hour flight. Back at DFW, unfortunately we had to get off this beautiful aircraft. And there she is, our first A220. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please think about liking and subscribing below. Also, if you want to stay up to date with everything we have going on with this channel, all the social media sites and the website, which has our schedule on it, of all the flights we plan on taking this year, are listed below, and I'd love to see you again next time in the air.